Hello, folks. Welcome to Pressbox Plus, the video supplement to the Pressbox radio show. Of course, the radio show is off the air until November 1st because of the United Way auction, and so we won't be on there, but we are glad you're with us here. It is Tennessee-Alabama week, Knoxville, 2:30 p.m. on CBS. You can listen to it on 95.9 FM WRJB with the pregame starting at 12:30. Jeff Wilkerson and Vince Ferrara, Brett Hubbs, all those guys will take you to countdown to kickoff. And then you have Bob Kessling and Pat Ryan bringing you the play-by-play Saturday. Should be a big one. Biggest game, as I mentioned yesterday. The biggest game in Neyland Stadium since 1996, when number 2 Florida played number 3 Tennessee, and number 2 Florida prevailed that day. But this is a big game, and it's good to see Tennessee back in the mix where it's relevant in the national picture. And a lot of people are whispering the playoff word. Playoffs, Tennessee is on track for a playoff bid. Tap the brakes on all of that stuff, folks. We don't know exactly what's going to happen here. We don't know exactly how all this stuff is going to transpire. All I know is that I think Tennessee's got a good team. I think Tennessee has a path to victory, but so does Alabama. Alabama does too. Excuse me. So we'll see what's going to happen. Now, I'm getting a lot of stuff here from folks. A lot of stuff here from people that are saying, oh, Tennessee's going to beat Alabama by this. I've got my money on Alabama. Pundits, Urban Meyer, Paul Feinbaum, Josh Pate, many others, people that I know. Lynn Scarborough from Lindy's Magazine called me specifically to say Tennessee's going to win that game Saturday. Tennessee's got a better team. And that's all fine and good. The line has been fluctuating between 6.5 and 8 points. Tennessee is the dog in this one, of course, so we're going to find out what happens with that. Vegas hasn't been too spot on this year because there's been a lot of stuff that's gone on, just craziness. Craziness when you talk about this college football season. That being said, though, what you have to understand is that this game is not going to be won by pundits. It's not going to be won by fans who have opinions. I'm not going to take one snap. I'm not going to make one block. I'm not going to kick one extra point in that game. So what I say ultimately doesn't matter. It's going to boil down to what happens with the guys in the white jerseys and crimson numbers and the guys in the orange jerseys with the white numbers do. That's what it's going to boil down to. And we can all believe, and the hype is there, and people have been banging the drums. And this is probably the best chance Tennessee has had since it last won in 2006. Although in 2009, Tennessee had a chance, missed the field goal. Terrence Cody blocked the field goal and lost the game 12-10. Never will forget that. Last year, of course, Tennessee was down by one score going into the fourth quarter. But all that doesn't mean anything. It's going to boil down to what happens on Saturday. And Alabama's been here before. Alabama's been in this kind of game before, knows how to handle the pressure. Tennessee hasn't. So I think that bodes well for Alabama. And I've said all along, I think Alabama wins this game. And as much as I want to say I'm changing my mind, I'm not going to. I hope Tennessee wins. You can see the hat I have on. I hope Tennessee does win. But what I hope and what happens, me being a fan and me being a commentator are two different things. And I'm being a fan when I say I hope Tennessee wins, but I'm being a commentator saying I think Alabama wins. It's going to be a close game. I think Alabama's just in better shape to do it. Even though Tennessee's offense and everything is going well for Tennessee this year, they figured out ways to win. That all bodes well for Tennessee. Don't get me wrong, it does. But I just think Alabama's in better shape structurally to do it. Now, people will be saying, well, Tennessee has beaten 3 ranked teams, 2 of them on the road. And then there are that other school of thought that says, well, Tennessee hasn't played anybody. And there are grains of truth in both. Pittsburgh, of course, was a team that was in the top 25 when Tennessee played them. Tennessee went on the road and beat them. But they didn't play very well against West Virginia and looked very average to me. And then when I saw them play Tennessee, I said, well, they're not real bad. Then they lose to Georgia Tech. Go figure. Just like last year, they beat Tennessee. They lose to, who was it, Western Michigan, something like that. Same thing. You look at Florida. Florida was ranked. Well, Florida was ranked, but look what Florida has done. Florida has not looked real good. And then you talk about LSU, and LSU, if you ask me, is a complete dumpster fire. It is a complete dumpster fire. So, I don't know. Has Tennessee played anybody? We're going to find out on Saturday. I hope I'm wrong about all this stuff, but we're going to find out Saturday. Now, all that being said, here's the good thing about Tennessee. Tennessee's secondary, it's suspect. Everybody talks about, well, those guys, they can't cover anything. People are too wide open. But Alabama receivers aren't what they've been in the past. They're good, but they're not great. And when you think about this, their top running back at Alabama, Jahmyr Gibbs, he is their leading receiver this year. It's going to boil down to whether or not Bryce Young plays for Alabama. If he does, I think Alabama is probably in better shape to win. If they pressure him, though, if Tennessee pressures him, Tennessee's pressure has gotten better. He could struggle a little bit, but same for Hendon Hooker. And you just hope that Tennessee can protect, because Hendon Hooker is having a great year so far. So what's it going to boil down to? Well, it's going to boil down to a few things. First and foremost, it's turnovers. Historically with this ball game, go back and look at any of them. Turnovers. The team that has the most takeaways wins this ball game. The team that turns the ball over most does not. So Tennessee has to take care of the football. Alabama, what did it have? 4 turnovers against A&M and almost lost. So Alabama's vulnerable in that situation. There are vulnerabilities with Alabama that can give Tennessee a path to victory. But that being said, turnovers will be a key. Hendon Hooker has not thrown an interception in his last 250 passes or something like that. I expect that to continue. But at some point in time, that streak is going to end. And turnovers are kind of like walks in baseball. They really can take the wind out of your sails. I say they're not earned. Sometimes turnovers in football are earned. But walks, you just are subject to the pitcher's largesse. So that being said, turnovers are going to be a big key. Second, can Tennessee establish itself on the ground? When you look at this game historically, the team with the most rushing yards usually wins. Tennessee likes to pass, but it does so because it's got a running threat. Third, is Bryce Young going to play? Or is Milroy going to play? Or is it Ty Simpson? And the media is banging that drum about, Ty Simpson needs his chance. He's going to transfer. He's going to do all this other stuff. And he may. I don't know. I covered Ty Simpson in high school a few times. I know his dad real well. He's the head coach at UT Martin. He's a good quarterback. Is he going to stick around at Alabama? Is he going to wait his turn? Or is he going to be impatient and transfer? I don't know. A lot of people say he's going to go to Tennessee if he transfers, but he's going to be standing in line there too with Nico Iamaleava coming, and you still have Trayvon Flowers and Joe Milton up there. So this is where we are right now. There's a path for Tennessee to win. Tennessee's going to have to execute. Tennessee's going to have to make some big stops on defense against a very good football team. And Tennessee's going to have to take care of the football. Tennessee does all that, Tennessee can win. I see a path to victory there. But if Tennessee can't do those things, then Alabama wins. I don't know what's going to happen. I could see Tennessee running them off the field. I could see Alabama ignominiously dispatching Tennessee by a big margin too. I could see it go down to the wire. I could see it be a game that's less than a touchdown. I think Tennessee covers. The spread is 6.5. It's been 6.5 to 8. I think Tennessee will get under that margin. That being said, this is a game that could go either way, folks, in my view. But I've said all along, Tennessee goes 10-2 this year, and if Tennessee, Alabama is one of those games that they lose. I think Alabama and Georgia. I just don't think Tennessee is ready for that yet. But we're going to find out Saturday. Kickoff 2:30 on CBS. You can hear it on WRJB Radio 95.9 FM. Go to WRJBradio.com. If you're not in the area and you want to listen to it, you can listen to it there. And we'll keep you up to date on what's going on there. But I think Tennessee has a chance. Tennessee has a chance. But they're going to have to play really well. They're going to almost have to play perfect. So this is going to be a fun game to watch. I can't wait. We can't wait to see it. Saturday, 2:30 p.m. on CBS Central Time. And hope you enjoy it as well. I'm Jim Steele. You can join me on WRJB Radio with the Press Box Monday through Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. when we get back on the air November 1st. You can follow me on Twitter at Steele Sports, Steele Sports. And you can follow me on Facebook. I'm Jim Steele, Steele with an E on the end of it. Send me a friend request. And if you'd like, go to the Facebook page for the Press Box. In your Facebook search bar, type in West Tennessee Press Box. Should pop right up, like the page, tell your friends about us, and you'll find out everything you want to know about the show there. Also, you can read my column in the Carroll County News Leader, the Camden Chronicle, and the Dresden Enterprise. Thanks for joining me for this edition of Press Box Plus, and we'll see what happens. We'll probably do something on Saturday night or Sunday in response to the game. So anyway, thanks for joining me. Appreciate the support and the kind words on YouTube, and we hope to see more of that. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you after the game.